Hey guys, it's me again. I am here 8 p.m. Sunday nights. K14's Cash Coaching. I provide one-on-one coaching with budgeting, debt payoff, and credit repair. So, last week I had a lot of feedback regarding awesome tips that I gave. So I invited my epic friend on, who is my credit dispute guru. I came up with some things to go over, but she is here to answer any questions you have literally about credit disputes, how to build your credit score. I was at a 644 in December and now I'm at a 775. I'm trying to get to 800 by the end of the year. Hopefully everybody can get back on. My Wi-Fi's been spotty. I tried to put her on screen and the only way to do it is from my personal page. So unfortunately her cute face is not on here, and her adorable accent from Atlanta. Oh, you guys have to hear her talk. She's so cute. So she can go ahead and type in her handles, how to get a hold of her, how to keep up with her. Now I have 40 people that have signed up for my email list, right? So every week I send them my blogs or whatever I've been working on. Well, this week I've worked on a dispute letter that I can send to my subscribers, that they are able to edit it and they will be able to change it and put their specific accounts in. So I pride myself on being very authentic and going through things that are taboo, talking about money, things like that. I'm not shy about. If I can say my story and it'll help someone, if I can tell you my tips and what works for our family, then that can motivate other people to do things with theirs. So go ahead and type in any questions you have. I know Crystal had some, but I don't see her on here. Oh, there she goes. So I'm raw, I'm real, I'm authentic, and I don't care about the taboo because I will talk about it. So, number one, I want you guys to type in how often you check your credit score. So, how many times per month, per year, per week, whatever, do you actually check up on your score and see what your score is, if everything's accurate, things like that. So, I'll go ahead and let you guys type that in. I'm really close to the screen, but this was last minute. Oh, okay. Once a week. Okay. So I get mine monthly from Credit Sesame, Credit Karma, the updates that they send you. I don't see anyone else coming. Okay, once a month. Yeah, same here. When I was doing my home buying, I was checking that every day. Because I'm like, oh, let's make sure nothing crazy pops up that we have to explain to the lender before we're about to close on this house. So I was like super hardcore. Now my score is actually 3 points higher than when we bought our house. So that's epic because I was 772 when we purchased the home. And now that the rates are lower, I'm debating getting a refi because my credit's higher. So that's something. So how often? I would suggest monthly, just to make sure nobody stole your social security, or okay, once a week. Okay, she's a professional at this. I'm telling you guys, she's professional. She just bought her house too. Super adorable house. Okay, so that's number one. Check your score. Obviously, you need to know if something's not right, if somebody stole your stuff. It's a really hardcore situation. So, number two is the score range. The lowest you can be, 300. The highest you can be, 850. Less than 1% of America is at an 840 or higher. I know my grandma's up there in the 800s, so that should say something about what I know about. Here is a little, oh God, it's going to be backwards because I'm on selfie mode. Great. I wrote it up for you guys, but whatever. So, bad credit score, under 600. Poor, 600 to 640. 640 is the minimum score you need to qualify for a house loan. You could probably get away with it at 620, but you have to have like extenuating circumstances and all this stuff to prove your stuff. Fair, 641 to 699. Good, 700 to 749. And excellent, that's me, 750 and up. Now, I'm not bragging, but I am proud of what I've done in the past, 6 months, that I want other people to get there. So I'm not being selfish with my knowledge. I'm like, hey, we can all be there. We can all get the best rates and all that. So no, that's number 2 is the score range. You need to know the score range. Now, I wasn't sure what to cover because that's okay, Steph. That only means you can go up, girl. Only means you can go up. I wasn't sure what to talk about, so I just came up with some random things. So these are literally like, it's going to be bouncing all over the place because some people don't know anything. Some people literally are like, I don't even know my credit score. So number 3 are the credit bureaus. There's Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Now, if you have Credit Karma, which I have that, they go through TransUnion, Equifax, and then Credit Sesame is different. So you need to see which score you're looking at. Now, I also go through my bank at, my local bank in the city, and they do actual credit like monitoring. So if anybody actually, something weird popped up, it'll alert me. Okay. That's more of a monitoring thing that my bank provides. So you can check your bank and see if they offer that. It's okay, Steph. Those are definitely disputable issues that could be forgiven. Am I right? Am I right, Miss Davis? Tell me. Okay. Freecreditscore.com is a website that uses Experian. So you can go through them also to just check where you're at. I'm going to move this light because it's really bright in my eyes. Okay, thanks. Next, okay, number 3 is Fix and Dispute. So, Wally Hub is another great. Ooh, okay, thank you. Are you guys writing these down? Because there's 13 of you on here, so somebody better be writing some notes. Fix and dispute. So this is something that she is great at. Like, she helps her family members. She helps her friends. She taught a class on credit scores and all that. She helped many people in her community, things like that. So what it's called is a 609 letter in our community, in our niche. That's what we call it. 609. So I actually typed one up for you guys. I made one. All you have to do is input your name and information and what credit things you need to get. Jessica, okay, I'll let Miss Davis answer that, because she can just reply to you because I can't type right now. So I actually did that one for you. So you guys are literally just join my email. I'm sending it out this week, and then you'll be able to just literally input your information. So if it's a student loan, you type in the account number, the student loan, who you owe, the amount, and be like, look, this is a collections. Let me see if I go over that later. I don't. So I will go over it now. Fix and dispute. So if something, good resource. You see that one, Jessica Mo? If something has been sent to collections, you do not owe, you owe the money. I'm not saying don't pay them. What I'm saying is you don't owe the collection agency. You owe the original, account person or whatever. So you owe, for example, the hospital. You owe the hospital. The hospital sold your account to A and B collection agency. So you can dispute that because you never signed a contract with A and B collection agency to pay them. So you have no accounts with them. So I've had clients that, they disputed, and let's daydream right now. Let's brainstorm. Best case scenario, they delete it. It boosts your credit score. You no longer owe that money. It's gone because the hospital sold your account to this collection agency in the hopes that they bought it at a discount or whatever. So yes, Shannon, and you're on my email list, so you will be receiving the free resource to just input it, and you don't have to do anything. Done. There she goes. It is the collection agency's responsibility to prove the ownership, not ours. So it is not our job to prove we don't own that. It is their job, aka Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. When you write those letters to the 3 bureaus, it is their job to prove that you owe that collection agency. But guess what? There's no contract to prove that. So and at the same time, worst case scenario, they say no. Miss Davis, what is your experience with no's? Can you type a little something? If it's a no, do we try again later, or what is it? Because I mean, again, worst case scenario, no, you're in no better worse shape than you were before, than you were. I mean, best case, that $12,000 student loan forgiven, your score boosts up because you have no negative reporting. Win-win. And do not call them. Do not write the, I hope Miss Davis is typing. She's probably laying in bed in her pajamas because it's nighttime for her. It does take time. And that's the thing. In the long run, it will take time because you have to send the letters, you have to write the letters, you have to mail the letters, certified letter, you have to do the work. But at the same time, that work is a lot cheaper time-wise than you working to make up $12,000. So there's that. Number 4, why scores are different. Well, they may be recorded at different times. So for example, it's okay, Steph. It's okay. Moving forward, it's okay. I'm here now, friend. Thanks. So, for example, just say my car. So they didn't post my car payment for this month or something to TransUnion, but they sent it to Experian and Equifax. So TransUnion looks like I owe more than I do to the other two, or for example. So they do report at different times. So if I sent my payment, an extra payment, and they don't report, at the same time, then there she goes. She's typing. See, I told you guys. And sometimes they don't report to all 3. So, for example, a client I'm working with now, their score is varied from, a range of 70-point difference. 70 points. How can you tell me these credit bureaus are off by 70 points between each other when I have the same, my client has the same accounts? Well, that's the thing. They don't. Because the car payment isn't reporting, to the other bureau. It's only reporting to the other 2. Does that make sense? So, Nissan Motor Acceptance Corporation, NEMAC. That's who I used to have my loan through for my old cars. They wouldn't report to TransUnion. They don't report to Equifax and Experian. So all those times I'd made an on-time payment to my car, it didn't go to them. It only went to the other 2. So now they're thinking this girl has no car payment, so she doesn't have a good mix of credit, which is percentage of your credit score is made up of the different types of credits that you have. Now, if you need more information on how your score is calculated, I have a whole video on YouTube, how your credit score is calculated. So the percentages of the breakdowns, which I did last month. When applying for car loans and mortgage, different lenders use different bureaus. So same thing. Number 5. Okay. I'm gonna get real close and personal right now. Can you guys see me? You might see my pores. I gotta do my eyebrows. Do not cosign. Let me say it louder for the people in the back. Do not cosign. Unless I advise you to. But do not cosign. Do not cosign. I don't even know how to say this. Unless you plan on making that payment. So for example, for my child, when she turns 18, if she wants to purchase a vehicle, I will co-sign for her. Because at the end of the day, if she can't come up with a payment, I got her. That's my child. I will pay her payment. But let me tell you, some of my friends, I'm not co-signing with. Yes, my spouse, my husband, of course I will co-sign with him. We are a joint team. We work together. But Do not co-sign, because if they default on that loan, guess who defaults too? You. Guess who it affects? You. One late payment could be 20 to 100 points off of your score. 20 to 100 points, okay? Got 19 people on here. Hi, everybody. All of you on the replay, go ahead and type in your questions, and I will definitely try to respond as I can in the future of this week. Make sure to join the email list as I'm looking. Okay, I already went over number 6, which was the score that you can't read because it's backwards. Sorry about that. Number 7. This is very important. A lot of people get offended by this, I guess. Hi, Sprout. That's my little brother. He's on. Okay, number 7. Your credit score does not represent your net worth. For example, I have a $775 point score. That's my score. You can look on, Facebook. I'm not screenshotting other people's stuff. That's my score. Usually it says, hello, Katrina. But that's my score. I do big things. That's what I'm doing. 800, Team 800 Club. I'm on it this year. I'm putting it out there in the universe. It's happening. But that doesn't mean I have money. That doesn't mean I have money in my account. That doesn't mean I have anything, worth in my net worth. So that could mean, which if you're a Dave Ramsey follower, as I am, that a credit score is an I love debt score. In order to get a high credit score, you need to have some debt that you've paid off successfully in the past, which means you didn't pay cash for things, which means you put things on loans and paid it back or whatever. So that doesn't mean you got money. So don't think I'm over here bragging that I'm rich and all this. No, honey. I had debt and I paid it off on time for the consistency. I've never had a late payment on my credit report. Let's say it again. Except when I went through my divorce and we short sold the house in 2000, whatever, 9, 8, whatever. But other than that, I have never had a late payment on my credit report. Listen to me again. I'm 33 years old, almost 34. I've had credit since I was 18. So for the past 16 years, I have not had a late payment on any account besides that short sold house that I had in Buckeye. Yes. Boss. Money boss. That I'm going to brag about. Because I'm telling you, one late payment, 20 to 100 points. I promise you. It will happen. And if you know anybody on here who's struggling or having a hard time, please tag them in this video so they can see it and learn. And all my other videos and learn. This month in my K14's Cash and Credit community, we are focusing on credit scores. So how to bring up credit score. All of my trainings will be on credit scores. Next month is home buying. You want to buy a house? Pay attention in July because I got you. I'm going to have to listen to all of these. Steph, that's a good question. I hope Miss Davis got something for you because I can't focus right now. So that's number 7. I have 3 more tips and then we're moving on to our lives and I'll see you guys next week. Number 8. Okay, verify your information. I know it's a no-brainer, but one of my clients has like 3 inaccurate addresses on their report, which tells me somebody has been using their Social Security, their name, their ID, something. They have somehow got a hold of their stuff and has been using their information to either get a job, file for a car loan, something. So check your stuff, even as little as I have 3 names because I have my maiden name, I have my first married name because I was divorced, and now I have my new married name. So I have 3 names. So I have to check and make sure that all my stuff is accurate and there's not some random Katrina out there trying to steal my identity. Number 9, old collections past the statute of limitation for your state. So check your state's, thank you for that tag, Roxy. Check your state's statute of limitations because sometimes, Miss Davis, if you can preach on this too, sometimes, if it has passed the time, it needs to get taken off, i.e. bankruptcies, defaults on loans, foreclosures, repos of vehicles, things like that. After a certain time, it needs to be deleted because you've already suffered, you've already been punished, your scores already went down, you already have a lot of things that it's affected you negatively, and you don't need to be punished any longer. It's ridiculous. So you can go ahead and Google that real quick. Not now. When I'm done, I'm almost done. Okay, again, email list, very important. I need all of you on my email list. And don't forget, I will be launching. I can't show you my Google because it's the background. I'll be launching my online course at the end of this year, and it will be going over how to get your money right, basically. Anything you can figure out. Okay, last one, number 10. This is a touchy subject. So if you've done it before, it's okay. It's okay. Reading on rigging. What does that mean? Lots of it. I'm not sure what she means by that. I suggest reading on rigging. Re-aging. Re-aging. Yes, re-aging. You can easily Google that too. Yes, Monica, you're going to be there, girl. I got you. And that home buying. It's very, very important. Number 10, debt consolidation. Let me say it again, debt consolidation. Do you see the emphasis on the con? It is a con because all you're doing is moving your debts. So, for example, I like saying that. It's my favorite. For example, me personally, I have almost $100,000 in equity in my new home. We bought it 2 years ago. We put down $28,000 when we purchased it, and it's worth over $343,000. So we owe $248,000. It's worth $343,000. So that's like $98,000 or something. I don't know. I can't do the math right now. It's $93,000, $95,000. I don't know. It's a lot of money. So what I could do is I could take out a loan on my house, start a new loan, go into debt longer, have a bigger payment, and pay off my car, whatever little things I want to do to the house, whatever, any upgrades I want to do. I can do all that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because essentially you're taking a loan out on your house, or you're owing more on your house so you don't have all that equity, things like that. Yes, and that's okay, Steph. Sometimes people have to do it. Sometimes people have to take a loan out on their 401k to pay the light bill or afford rent. I get it. It happens. But try not to, is what I'm saying. If you don't have to, you don't have to. My husband brought it up a few months ago, and he's like, look, we got all this equity. We should do this, isn't it? No, we're not. I was like, I was thinking in my head, it does sound like a good idea to have an extra, $90,000 in the bank. But I'm paying on that. I will owe that money. It's not like it's free money, because my house if I sold my house and used that money to buy another house, that's different. But I'm not going to take out a loan on my house to pay off debt or fix up the house when I don't have to. Why? No, don't do it. Please don't do it. Because let's be real, if you can't make that new payment, something happens and somebody gets hurt, or, which that happened last year. He got hurt. We were very messed up last year. We were behind, not behind on payments, but we didn't have to dip into our savings. We did have to survive on 66% of his checks because he was on workman's comp. Yes, we did all that. But we made it out alive. We survived. And you can too. You can. I believe in all of you. I mean, if your goal is to buy a house, then obviously you need a better credit score. I have no goal right now. At some point, my husband's going to get a brand new truck. Yes. So I want both of our scores to be tip-top shape so we have 0 interest payment. But we don't have student loans. We have very little credit card debt. I have none. He has a little bit. Shh, don't tell him. He doesn't need to know. But his is about to get paid off next week. Things like that. I do have my car. That's the only debt I have. Besides my house, which I don't count that because I'm going to be in this for the next 10 years at least. So I don't need credit for anything. It's more of, I need to show you guys what I'm capable of doing, what I can do for you with my expertise, with my experience, with my guidance, with my support, things like that. I've helped so many people change their lives that I finally found my calling. I love teaching. I love teaching little kids. I taught kindergarten for 7 years. Then I had my baby and I got to stay at home with her and be a stay-at-home mom. Like, I'm literally living my best life right now. And I want everyone to be on that train, on that boat, whatever we're getting on that plane first class. Okay, so at this point, I want everyone's credit to be where it needs to be, so you pay lower on the rates over time of your loan, which puts more money in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? We got this. We got this. So, need everyone's support because I need to pay these bills. So I need clients. I need, people's reviews on my Facebook page. I look forward to seeing everyone's comments. I literally check my stuff all day long. Like, I'm always on my phone. So I always see your comments. I always see your ads to my page, K14's Cash and Credit Community, to our group. All my new LIKESs. I can't say the word because Facebook disciplines you for using that word. If I tell you to LIKE my stuff, I see everything. So any support, any, contribution to anything I post, it puts me higher on the bracket on Facebook, which pushes me into more new people's feeds, if that makes sense. So if you cannot hire me personally as your coach, then that's okay. But any other way you can help, it's really appreciated. So that's it. And I will see you guys next week. I'm not sure what we're teaching about, something regarding credit again. I'm telling you, I'm finding some random things to talk about. So hopefully you learned something in this thing. And when you join the email list, I'll put the link on this. When I get off, I wasn't able to because I'm on my phone. Yes, Steph, you do. I'll text you. Join the list and then you can get the free sample that I typed up. Yes, regarding credit dispute letters. And shout out to my friend Miss Davis. I appreciate you all the way from Atlanta. I'm sorry it took you so long to talk, but go ahead and like me. YouTube, Pinterest. I'm on Pinterest now, Instagram, and wherever else I'm at. Find me. Thanks, guys.